Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to the Nanny Hookup. I am going to share this with some of my groups before we get started. But in the meantime, and in between time, Miss Shada is going to keep you all entertained or
Just about.
edutained.
I'm trying to set up my Instagram and this at the
There
same
we go.
time. But yeah, if you guys are watching, I wanted to let you know about my new mentoring and coaching that I'm doing for nannies. It's nannies all over the world. So wherever you are in the world, if you go to my Instagram and click the link in the bio, and then click on Nanny Sharz mentoring and coaching. I've started that and there's been quite a lot of interest. I'm very, very happy to help nannies and support them throughout their careers, or if they want to build their brand, loads of other things like contracts, negotiation skills, interview tips and questions, a load of things, how to be confident, how to get in the press, um, like I said, building your brand, how to set boundaries, how to do with conflict resolution. The list goes on, but that has been launched now. So if you click the link in my bio on Instagram, which is Nanny Shards, my Instagram is Nanny Shards, um, then you can join, sign up. So there's group mentoring and there's one-to-one mentoring. So if you're not sure which one to choose, you can always contact me and let me know what you need help with, and then I can advise you on what route is best for you. Also, I've recently featured on a podcast called Working for the Rich and Famous, which is on Spotify. They're also on YouTube. So if you want to watch the visual, you can go on YouTube. If you want to watch if you want to just listen to it, you can go on Spotify and listen to it there. Also, there's more. I am an ambassador for the UK Nanny Matters campaign, which is advocating to regulate professional nannies. So please, 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 please make sure you sign the petition. Again, the link is in my bio on Instagram, or you can just Google UK Nanny Matters campaign, and there is a link on their website that can take you there. I think what else is there for me to announce? I think that's it. Thought I'd do the announcements at the beginning instead of the end. Shall I
Yes,
join Instagram?
yes. And I might as well announce that have also launched my parent consultations and Nanny 101. And Thursday night, which is tonight, I have a mentor group. Contact me, PM me, or send me a message here, send me a message on Ask the Nanny, or you can PM my personal page. Uh, but just send me a message. Let me know you want to join tonight's mentoring group. Um, it starts from 7 p.m. Central Standard Time to 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. So just let me know about that. And I think that's it for right now.
I'm
Let me
gonna
start.
say our announcements. We have to do them again for Instagram because we're not live yet.
No,
We'll do it
we're
at the
not.
end. We'll do it at the end.
But we are now. Hello, everyone on Instagram. How
Let me
are
join your live.
you? It says we're telling everyone, hi, Nanny Toto. How are you? Hi, Nanny Shards. Let me see. It says it's waiting on you to join me on connecting. And we're on.
Hey,
There we go. We're ready. Oh,
wait. There's an echo on this one.
wait. Okay.
I
I
need to
do
turn you down
apologize.
fully.
My bad. Okay. Can you hear me, Nanny Shards?
No, I can hear you, but you're echoing on my one now.
You need your earplugs.
I know. Let me put them on. Hold on. Give me a second.
Technology.
Right now, I need to try and find. Yeah. And what do I connect to? I connect to Instagram, isn't it? Hold on. Give me a
Right.
second. Right. Guys,
We're
we are
trying to
gonna
get
get this one
we're
day.
trying to get it out to the
We
masses,
are gonna
and
get this one day.
in getting it out to the masses, it
Ooh,
has just like
I feel like I'm live.
so. Uh,
Uh,
okay, I think
okay,
you
I
were
think
frozen
you
for a
were
minute
frozen
there
for a
on.
minute there. Oh, was I?
Um,
Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah. Let me make sure I can hear you in these first. It says that we're connected, but I don't think we are.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we
I
are.
see you.
No, but I can't hear you in my headphones. Give me a second.
Ah,
Ah. I need to hear you in this because what's happening is I can hear you on both. It's weird. It's
I
weird.
can't hear you.
You can entertain them while I'm sorting out my
Oh,
technology.
it's buffering. Sorry, everybody. We're having some real bad technical
Oh, we're gonna
difficulties
get it
today.
one day, guys. We're gonna get it one day.
There we go. I hear you.
All right. Much better now.
Yes, much better. Hi,
Yep.
let's play and learn. How are you? Now, um, we are talking about twins today. I don't know if you all saw um, the video that I put up on my page today. That little set of twins that was fighting at the park. They were always. You know, when one wants something, the other one wants it. They really don't want it. They just don't want the other one to have it. So the twins were about 14, 15 months old, and they would play together, and then they start fighting over everything. And in that particular video, if you haven't seen it, it's on my Facebook page. I'm surprised the dad kept it, and he sent it to me about 3 years ago. Said this is an oldie but goodie because they're about 12 now. They're 12 years old now. This was back when they way 12 years ago, about 11, 12 years ago. So they were fighting over this little spinning toy at the park, and the little boy always outsmarted the little girl. And he gets up. They fighting. They fall over, holding on to each other. She gets up first, and then she goes and starts playing with the toy. He gets up, looks at her, and then goes the other way. She sees him going and thinks he's going to go and get something better than she's got. He doubles back and comes back to the toy, and she keeps going. Like, I'm going to beat you there. I said, all the time. He does that.
Competitiveness, it starts on
He
early.
he did that to her all the time. He would distract her with something else, like he was going somewhere else, and then double back and get the toy that they were playing with. So I promise you, they okay. She says she can't see you at all, Shada. It's
I don't
buffering for
know.
some reason. Yeah, I
Is
see
it?
that.
I can see me. Sorry, I don't know what's going on.
I can't. You're stuck on my screen.
Oh, this is weird because I can see it's clear on both. So I don't know. I don't know how to change that.
I don't
You
either.
have to come out and come back in.
Okay, yeah, go out and come back
Yeah,
in.
right. On Instagram, yeah?
Yeah, Instagram.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna get this right in a minute. You know, technical
Ooh,
difficulties, and I don't know what is up with my light. Let me see. Hmm. Okay, she's gonna come back in.
can you see me now?
I can see you now perfectly. Can you all see her now?
Okay.
Yes,
I don't know what
technology
happened
is. I don't know what else to do. I don't know what to
there.
tell you. Yes, hello. Okay,
Can you see me?
let's play and learn and say yes. Hello.
Okay. I don't know what happened there. Sorry.
I don't know what happened. I have no clue what happened. But anyway, so competitiveness. Hi, Nanny announcements. Hi, Ashley. Um, competitiveness starts early. And their brains, when you think kids, oh, well, they're not smart enough to know this. Yes, they are. They are smart enough to outsmart the other one. They are smart enough. It's just like having an older sibling that says, my sister used to tell me, we used to get Kool-Aid for dinner. And she's like, okay, the last one to drink the Kool-Aid is the right name. And I guzzle mine down, and she be sitting there just sipping with her cup turned up. She wasn't drinking at all. She made me drink all mine, and then I have nothing left. Because Mama said, that's it. That's all you're getting. So she would sit there and she would just, it would just,
That's
I would
cruel.
just, I would just be so mad because you made me drink all my Kool-Aid and now I don't have any more. But twins are the same way. They outsmart one
Mm,
another, and they do
mhm.
it as it's like even if they think on the same as I say, they think on the same brain, but they do it and then they realize it and they come back. But the backlash. Hello, UK Black owned. How are you? It's funny watching them. Just the way they communicate, the way they outsmart one another, the way they maneuver around one another. And if one is doing something, the other one can't be outdone. And that goes with screaming.
Yeah, yeah, for real. I think with twins, because there's two of them, you need to teach them a lot of things a lot earlier in terms of like
Mm-hmm.
sharing, um, taking turns, things like that. Because there's two of them from the jump, like from birth. Um, they kind of need to learn that a lot earlier. Like when I was working with um like two boys twins, I always tend to get two boys or two girls. I've I've had boy and girl before, and I thought that was a very different dynamic. But I normally tend to find
Mm-hmm.
that they they can sometimes share really well together, but when you then take them out, they're not so great with sharing with other children. But with each other, they share really well. I don't know if
Right.
that's just a twin thing because I've never really seen it with like normal children. But oh, we have another Angela coming in. Hi, Angela the
Hi,
nanny.
hi, Angela the nanny. Oh, and we have
Oh,
hi Rob, hi Miss Monique. We got some people
I
on
can't see those.
those are on Facebook. That's tuning
Okay,
in
I
from
can't
Facebook.
see.
I'm
How do you
sorry
see on Facebook? Because I can't see nothing.
because it's up on the screen on my screen. It's on the side. There's a little screen that's it's like a
Ah,
little chat box, and I see
oh, mine
all
just
the
says you're
com-
in the show. Everyone can see you. I'm like, oh, hi, hi guys.
well, say hi to Rob and say hi
Hi,
to
Rob.
Nanny Miss
Hi,
Monique.
Miss Nanny, Miss Monique.
I
Hello.
got it right
Hi.
this time. I got it right this. I'm working on saying
Yeah,
Nanny
you're
Miss
always calling
Monique right.
someone the wrong. Yeah, but
I
sometimes you call someone else's name. You do that a
yes,
lot.
I do. I used to do that to my children, and I'm just
My
like,
mom was like that.
it's too many
Yeah,
of
my
you.
mom was
You know
like
who
that.
I'm talking about. That's what I
There's
always
six of
say.
us. Yeah,
Yes,
my mom, like there's six of us, right? So she'll go through all of our names, right? So she'll go, Nisha, Shalisha, Kadmin, Bella, Shada, Rafa, Shada. I'm like, Mom, Shada. And she's like, yes, Shada. And I'm like, oh my God. Shalisha will go through all of our names first. Um, Talking to my mom, so we're going off topic a bit. My mom just called me and she just had an allergic reaction to something. I don't know what. And her face is like out there. Maybe it's something we could talk about in terms of allergies when it comes to twins. That one's quite allergic and the other one is it
no,
sparks me.
yeah,
But
I've
my
had
mom's
that.
face, like her eyes, you can't see anything. That's
It's
literally how her
swollen.
face looks.
Oh my
Like when
God.
I saw her, I was like, "Whoa!" I said, "Oh, it's your eyes." And she was like, "Shut up, Shada." I was like, her eyes look like slits. I was like, "Are you alright?" And she's like, "I'm not in pain, but I'm in the hospital." And I was just like, "Oh, don't really want my mom in the hospital right now. Like with everything that's going on." She's there with my dad. Weird,
Yes,
but that's something we can probably speak about later, like dealing with children with dealing with twins. Sorry, with allergies, because I always find there's always one that's really allergic, and then one that's just
yes,
like really
yes,
normal.
yes. Hold on. We had some visitors come in. Uh, Shenz. Okay, I can't even say that.
Shanzi.
Shenzay Zayef Zai. Okay. I'm just gonna call
Hi,
you
Zach the
Shan.
tutor.
Hi, Shan. Hi, my friend.
She's
My
gonna
friend
remix your
Jennifer.
name, girl.
I just all I can say is the first three, four letters. Hi, Shan. Shanzay.
If you guys are in here though,
Yeah.
tell them. So if you guys are all watching this, wherever you're watching it, share it to your friends as it's going on. Because what happens is more people will join the chat and join the discussion. And remember, we
Yes.
also had a dilemma today, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah, let's find it. But yeah, in terms of twins, sometimes, like I said, I always find that one is quite like, I don't know, not sickly, but more like has loads of allergies, or quite sensitive to certain foods or even milk or formulas. So I was working with a set of boy twins. They were 3 months, and one of them had really bad reflux, and he had to be on a special kind of formula. And it turned out that he ended up having quite a lot of allergies once he started actually eating solids. So that's something that you kind of need to educate yourself on prior to working with children in general anyway, but twins as well, because with if you work with a child that has allergies, then you just used to working with that one child. But with twins, you're going to have a twin that's fully healthy, probably
Mm-hmm.
doesn't have much medical issues, and then you're going to have a twin at the same time that's a little bit sickly. So you're going to have to learn to manage the both conditions at the same time. So that's something that you need to kind of like brush up your skills
Oh,
on a bit.
or one will have reflux, and the other one won't.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I said. Angela's with the fairy today. Literally, but I always find, are you still on a birthday high? By the way, guys, Angela's birthday was yesterday, so we all should just wish her a happy belated birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Because yeah, it was your birthday today. So I was like, I sang you my happy birthday song. Did you like it?
I did. I did. I
Good.
responded.
Good. It's
I think
the Sharda remix.
I had so many. My thumb was tired by the end of the day typing in
Just
thank you,
thanking
thank you, thank
everyone.
you, thank you, thank you. Because I feel that if you took the time out to say happy birthday to me, the least I could do was say thank you. And but I didn't realize I had
Zach
so
the
many.
tutor.
I didn't
That's
realize
so lazy.
I had so many.
ABD. HBD. You didn't even say the whole happy birthday. What do you listen?
I say
Come on
thank
now.
you. At least say thank. No, I said thank you to everyone, and
HBD.
had some
Ah,
emojis on there too. Hello to Meeches. How are you? And let's see who else came in over here. Uh, Shayla.
Lucinda.
Shayla Ten
That's better
Rice.
than the tutor.
Let's see. Lucinda came in, and Penny Toto says I'm the only girl, and she calls me my brother.
Yeah, maybe it's just a mom thing. Like, it's crazy.
Hi, Zach the tutor. How are you? Nanny Eleanor. How are you?
Hi,
Let's see.
Latoya. Got a Latoya Estella.
Hello, Latoya. How are you? Oh, 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 oh.
You okay?
Yeah, my hand is itching. The palm of my hand is
Mm.
itching. My grandmother used to say, if
Does that mean
the
money?
yes, money coming in, but I can't remember.
Yo,
Wait,
that shit
wait,
in
wait,
abundance.
wait,
Okay.
wait, wait.
Okay.
Cause see, I can't remember if it was the left or the right, but she said one palm itching is money coming in, the other palm itching is
Oh,
money going out. So I'm
oh,
hoping since I'm right-handed, is money coming in
I thought it was
and not
left.
money. Is it left money coming in and right
I don't
money
know.
going out?
We're gonna have to do Dr. Google after.
Yes. But
Hold on,
anyway,
wait. Latoya Estella is Nanny Toto. So we're saying hello to her. So why do you're confusing us? Just say
well,
in one account because you're confusing us.
hey, I can't blame her. I have several accounts. So, and that's what took me so long to say thank you to everybody because Some were on the Third Parent Academy, some were on Ask the
Yeah,
Nanny, some were on Instagram. I have 4 different accounts on Instagram. I have like 4 different accounts on, yeah, at LinkedIn, and yeah, all of that. So
it's a lot. I only have
it's a lot.
two on
It's a
Insta
lot.
and one on everything else, I think. No, because basically you have
Ah,
to have your business page and sorry, my sister's calling me. I always have a family member that ends up calling me when I'm on the live, isn't it?
it's always that. It's always that
Okay, so you can tell
texting
her.
you.
Yeah, no, they always end up calling me when I'm on live. And when I'm not on live, nobody to call me. I'm joking now. But yeah, I want to. There was also something I wanted to say about sleep training twins. Okay, because you guys know I'm a sleep consultant. I sleep train children. Absolutely love it.
Me
But
too.
with yes, and you the sleep train children as well. So this is what you sleep train a lot of twins. Like that's your speciality. But the thing that I was going to say was a lot of parents tend to sleep train twins on a different schedule. I'm just like, unless you want to have a life of hell, don't do that. Okay, don't do that. Okay, don't
Mm-mm.
do that.
Mm-mm.
Make sure when you're sleep training them, you're sleeping training them together. If they share
Hey,
a room, make sure that you sleep train them to where they get used to hearing each other's sounds. Because what I get a lot from a lot of twin families is, oh, they're gonna wake the other one up. No, 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 no. They shared a womb together. If they're identical, where they shared their womb together for 9 months, and
hey,
they're used to each other's sounds. You want that because what you don't want with sleep training, I always try to sleep train through noise. And that's why I use white noise when I sleep train, because I want your child to hear noise and not just wake up from the drop of a hat or drop of a
yes,
pin. You know, if your one of your twins is crying, you want the other one to hear that cry and they're not going to be phased by it. But
right.
I find what a lot of twin families do is, oh, if the other one's crying, they pick up the child and take them out, and then they just ruin the whole cycle
The
of
whole
sleep
thing is
training, the
gone.
whole thing. And you're like, no, don't do that. So make sure when you're sleep training twins, you do it at the same time in the same room if they share the same room. Some twins have separate rooms, but if they have the same room, I recommend the same room because you want to get them used to hearing each other in the night. One might
Yes,
stir in the night, the other one might not, but you want them to hear that, and their brain will pick up on that sound, especially if it happens regularly. It's like a repetition. The brain will recognize, oh, that's just, you know, my sister or my brother moving around. It's not a sound that I need to wake up for. Yeah, if that makes sense. I'm hoping making sense
yes,
there. Because that's something that comes up quite a lot with my sleep training. Another thing that comes up with my sleep training is one twin is always a better sleeper than the other, or one twin always goes down better than the other, or one twin takes longer to go down than the other. So what tends to happen is they tag team and start each other off. So one will go down really quietly, while the other one's probably making a fuss and crying. That child that's fussing is getting more attention from the parent. So then the other twin sees that and then kicks off. And then before you know it,
exactly.
they're doing
They
that
doing
tag
the
team.
tag team.
Right, right, right.
I had to
You have
send
to teach them
mine.
patience. They
That's
have to
right.
wait. They have to
I tell
wait.
my parents, do not. I said, you need to learn the difference between a whine and a cry. A whine is, eh. They are stirring. Give them time to self-soothe.
Self
If you
soothe.
if you don't give them time to self-soothe, they will never learn how to go to sleep. And just because you hear one crying does not mean, and even if they start a full-blown cry, wait 30 seconds, at least 30 seconds, because in 30 seconds, they will break that cry and go back to whining.
Yes.
So don't go in there. And I tell when you hear them, I always give my parents a timer. I said, "No, look,
Yeah.
you can set the timer on your watch. Here's a 1 minute little sand dial, or you can." I said, "Which one do you want? You want the watch? You want the sand dial, or do you want this egg timer? Which one do
Yeah.
you want?" And I take it to my clients. That's one of the things in my bag on day one.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Don't interrupt their self soothe,
that's
please.
right.
It's the worst thing you can do when a child's trying to put themselves to sleep. Oh, I need to go in there and help them. You're actually
No,
disturbing their development by doing that, you're making them go a step back. They have to learn to
Yes.
self-soothe on their own. If they learn to go to sleep with you, that's all they're going to rely on. When they wake up in the middle of the night, they're going to want you to put them to sleep. If
Right.
when they're stirring and they can't go back to sleep, they're going to rely on you to put them to sleep. But if you teach them in the beginning, at the start of the bedtime routine or their naps, that they can self-soothe themselves to sleep, you know what's going to happen when they wake up in the middle of the night? They're going to self-soothe themselves back to sleep.
Now I
Okay.
have I have a thing. I like to put the babies in their crib, not a bassinet. I like to put them in their crib day one. But they're so tiny and little. Get them used to
Mm-mm.
being in their crib. And do not, whatever you do not use the crib as a holding place. When I say use it as a holding place, I mean if you got to go to the bathroom, put them on the floor, put a blanket down, put them on the floor, let them, have some, uh, lay on their backs. If they are, put them in the little bouncy seat and take them to the bathroom with you. But when you start putting them in their cribs, as a holding place.
Hold in place.
Get you a playpen. Both of them can fit in the playpen up until they're like 3 or 4 months old, and
Mm-hmm.
comfortably. When they start rolling on each other, that's when you need to kind of, because sometimes they get out. I've had one get tangled all up, and oh, it was a mess. But
Mm.
find a different place to hold them while you running to use the bathroom, or you running, do whatever you got to do. That's going to take you 2 seconds or less, you know.
Yeah, because
But
it's a
because
sleep
if you put,
association.
yes, it's
You want to
association
associate the crib and the
with
cot with
sleep,
sleeping.
right?
Yeah, and if you do that, then they're gonna, especially eventually as they get older, they're gonna associate with playing.
Yeah,
Or so when it's time to
they
go
gonna
bed, they're
want
like,
to play.
let's
It's time
jump.
to play. It's time to play.
Oh,
You got a
let's
phone call, or you
party.
need to do the laundry, and you put them in their crib and put some toys in there to play. No, get them a playpen, or what is it called, pack and play, and put them in there. So this is a place to play. And if you travel a lot, I wouldn't put them in the pack and play, because most parents take a pack and play with them, and they expect them to nap in there. And if you're expecting them to nap in there as a substitute bed, I would find another place to put them instead of putting them in the pack and play or in the bed as a holding spot. It's why you go get something else done. No,
Mm,
it's not a good thing. And stop compartmentalizing your children. And when I say compartmentalizing, they go from the swing to the what's that, exerciser, and then you got another little sit me up thing. So they go from spot to spot to spot to spot to spot to spot. Give them floor time.
mm.
It helps with
Time
their
to roll,
head.
be free.
It helps with the strengthening of their muscles in their arms, strengthening the neck muscles so they can lift their heads up and up and down. It helps it's just developmentally sound to let them on the floor as much as possible. And what I do when I put them, and I have one twin, and I like to lay them side by side, let them looking at each other so they can see
Mm,
each other. And people say, well, they can't see. Yes, they can. Twins have this, uh, it's like a sight without sight. They can
mm,
just sense their twin is in the room. And having them facing each other, they see each other. They can just, it's like, yeah, it's a comfort to them.
mm-hmm.
And sometimes when one twin is fussing, I'll go get the other twin and put it right beside them. And it's just like calms them down. They
Mm,
have a language, and they have this I can't remember what the name of it is. It's a long word, but they have a language they speak. Nobody else understands.
mm-hmm.
I promise you. They will look at each other and start laughing, and you're like, okay, what's so funny? Because
Who left
they
out
have
like, what are
that
you
that
guys joking about?
yeah, yeah. Are you talking about me over there? But they have things that they do that we don't understand. But Daytime schedule. Let's talk about the daytime schedule. They need to be on the same. One twin, oh, she sleeps at longer than her, so I let her sleep. Mm-mm. Do you want to sleep
You wake them
tonight?
up at the same time. You put them down at the same time. If
Feed
one's still
them.
sleeping, that child has to wake up. Like
That's
they will
right.
eventually start thinking. Their routines will start thinking together.
Yes.
You know.
And
And we're
it
talking
doesn't.
about children. What age are we talking about? The younger ones, isn't it? Like the toddlers and the babies.
The babies and the toddlers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nap time. That's what I'm talking about. Because if you start at an early age, by the time they get to 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7, they will know there's a routine to my day. They will know there's a method to Mama's madness. She does have a plan, for my day. But when you start out small, giving your children expectations, and I tell them, Mom's like, well, how do you get them to sleep? I just go in there, and as I'm putting them down, I talk to my babies. Words have power. And I tell them,
They
okay,
sure do.
we are going to sleep for 2 hours. I will be back in here to get you at certain such a time. I said, and then we're going to
Mhm.
eat, and
Mhm.
we're gonna have some tummy time, and then we're going to eat.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
they're just like looking at me like, uh-huh, whatever you saying, uh-huh. And I
They
put
get
them
it.
back, they get it.
They get it.
Every time. I tell
Repetition.
I
Repetition.
tell them I expect you to sleep until this time. I expect even if they don't, I'm still planting a seed in their head that you're gonna sleep until this time. And when they get
Mhm.
a little older, say about uh, 8, 9 months old, you have a set sleep time. If their nap time is from 1 to 3 and they wake up at 2:30, don't go get them.
Yes.
Do
This is
not
what I'm
go
saying.
get
Go and
them.
get them.
Do not go get them. Let them have time to, children practice things in their crib. It's not all of a sudden they started walking. They've been practicing. You just been sleeping while they were practicing. You hear them in the middle of the night, they up moving around, crawling around, rocking back and forth,
Mm,
twisting and turning,
mm.
and you're like, how in the world did you get on your back? I
Self-occupying. Yeah.
Yeah, I put
Mhm.
you in here on your back. How'd you get on your tummy? They roll over in the middle of the night. They trust me. That is their practice time. And if you don't go get them every time as soon as they wake up, it gives them time to self-soothe. It gives them time to discover new things about themselves. Uh, they can stick their feet in their
They learn
mouth.
patience.
Yes. And it
Mm.
gives you extra time. They will be happy and content and playing with themselves. And you get to take a shower. You get to go to the bathroom in peace, finish cooking dinner, whatever it is. But if you, soon as they wake up, you sticking a bottle in their mouth, you are training them that every time I wake up, I'm gonna get a bottle. Whether I
Or
just ate
it's going
five
to be
minutes ago.
instant. Everything's going to be instant. With
Yes,
twins, nothing's instant. Everything they always,
they
the
always
other
have to
twins always going to have to learn to wait.
wait. Yes,
Yeah, like you said it at the same time. Always have to wait. So doing that, you're kind of hindering yourself. And the only time I say I would go in there is if the child was distressed. Like sometimes children have night terrors or they wake up
right.
crying, like wailing. Then that's different. But if your child's not crying or distressed, if they're doing a little whinge, that's fine. You can keep them in the crib. There's something I was going to say. A lot of parents, I think, with twins, it's very good to have a um like a monitor that you can see
Yes,
them
yes,
because, and I think parents in general, I think it should be compulsory to have like a little camera that looks down on the child's bed or cot or crib because
yes.
a lot of the times when you hear them making noise, it sounds a lot worse than what it is. But if you're watching them, you're gonna be like, oh, there's nothing wrong with them. But when you hear it, automatically your brain just panics because you just think, oh my god, they need me quick, 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 quick. But I think for me that helps so much when I'm sleep training is being able to see the child because at the same time
Hmm.
I'm observing them. I'm noticing little certain gestures. For instance, Bibby, the little boy I look after, when I sleep trained him, Mum went on a business trip for 3 days, and I was
Ooh,
like,
that's the
I
best
said,
time.
I said, listen, I'm sleep training him, and she's like, I said, she goes, you're not gonna be able to do it in 3 days. I said, Do you know do you know who your nanny is? Hello, Nanny Sharz name, yeah? I said, when you come back from this business trip, I'm telling you, Bibi's gonna be sleeping through the night in his own
Yes.
bed. Remember, I
Yes.
told you. She came back and she was like, she couldn't believe it. She was in shock. She was like, how did you do that in 3 days? I said 2.5, darling. 2.5. Get it right. Get it right. But the thing is, I was talking to her the whole time she was away. I was like giving her updates and stuff. And I moved in. I moved into their house for 3 days. Docs was so excited when he saw me with my backpack. He, You're moving it. He was so listen, that day when Shada, can I see your PJs? I was like, oh, he was just obsessed with my pajamas, yeah. So I actually bought pajamas because I don't wear pajamas, but because I moved there for 3 days, I brought pajamas just so he could see me in pajamas. And he literally had the best time. But you know what? The first day was hell. But I tell you what was
Always.
funny. Let me
Always.
tell you something. Let me tell you something. I tell this story at least once a month because it's just so funny. I'll give you a story. So Bibi was very difficult with his parents to go to sleep. He just when I started, the temporary nanny was pushing him in the pram
Mm-hmm.
for 2 hours for him to sleep. I said, nah, not me. He's learning to sleep in the crib. Within a day, he was sleeping in his cot. But I digress. In the middle of the night, Bibi must have got up. Yeah. Now, obviously, he's crying for mommy. I've gone in the room and I've gone in. Obviously, I don't live there. Hi, Zizi Flair. So I've gone in. I don't live there. You should have seen his face. His face was bright. He was crying like, eh! He saw me and he's like, his face just changed. Like,
Yes.
literally,
Yes.
like, no, man, they got the nanny in, man.
Yes.
Oh, like, he was so angry. He was like, where's my mom? Like, so the thing was, yeah, he literally was like, mommy,
Oh
mommy, mommy. This is literally what his face is like, mommy, mommy. Open his eyes, he went, ah! Like, literally, that's exactly what he did. Like, he just started screaming. And I was like, calm down. And he just, when he saw my face, he just knew there's not even any point. I might as well just go back to sleep. Because she's not going to have it.
my gosh.
She's not going to, like, I swear to you, that's what he did. He was just like, you know what? Just go. I don't want to know you. I'm going to go back to sleep right now because. And then it's like, I swear, when his mom came back, he was so angry. Like, you betrayed me. You didn't tell me she was coming to see you. And he was only young. He was only like, how old was Bibbs? I think he was like 12 months at the time. And I was like, no,
But they
he's
know.
capable. They
They,
know.
they
They know.
know.
And twins are the same. Like when
Yes.
I was sleep training girl twins the other day, once they saw me walking, they was like, oh man, she's gonna call the nanny,
Yes.
man. Oh, now we're gonna have to sleep. Like, oh, you know. But they were really good. I sleep trained them in a weekend. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Parents wouldn't say it was, but I was very happy with their progress. They actually did a lot better than not than I expected, but they adapted really well to the way that I sleep trained them, and even like they had never. So what the parents were doing was, if one cried, they'll pick the other one up and take them out of the room. And even when I was like, no, don't do that. When I was breaking the bad habits, the twin that was more calm, she was so good. She was like, she was unbothered. Like, you can cry, I'm going to sleep. Minute business. I'm going to sleep. You can cry and be sleep deprived. I'm trying to get my sleep, boo boo. And she was like, and the mom was so shocked, like, I can't believe she's not flustering. Like, I'm like, listen, children, they're so smart. Twins, they have a
Yes.
different type of brain, the way they work, the
They
way they
do.
operate. Hey,
I
Nanny
tell.
Chella.
Hey, Nanny Chella. I had
Hi,
a set of
Bianca.
girl twins that it's really most of the time it's about I had sleep trained them when they were infants. And then they were like 13 months old, and mom was like, for some reason they're up and they're going. I said, give me 1 week. She said, I need you all to show me what your routine is. And so when they showed me what their routine, I said, I need you to go about your regular routine. I said, but instead of you sitting in there and trying to calm them down after you put them in bed, give them a kiss, tell them good night, and walk out. So they gave him a kiss, came and they sat right outside the room. And I said, just sit down. And then, because they saw me there, And mom and dad took them in the room, had them in the rocking chair, gave them their bottles, their last bottle for the night, kissed them, said their prayers, put them down. They came, as soon as they closed the door, wham, both of them. And they on the crib, holding on to the rail, rocking back and
They're
forth, back
fighting
and
like,
forth,
what? You
back
trying
and
to leave
forth.
me on my own? You got to sleep on my
And,
own? What is
and,
this?
and dad was like, but I said, go sit. Give them a chance to make up their mind that you all are not coming back because that's what they're expecting. After 1 minute, they turned up the heat. Girl, they got louder. I
Yeah,
said,
they up the notches.
and I said,
Twins.
hold on. I said, give them 30 seconds. And then one of them, you could hear one of them quieting down. The other one just kept going. And then they took turns. The one that was crying, quieting down, and the other one started. And it just took turns for like the first 5 minutes. I said, now, I said, I'm going to go in there. I walked in, they were,
Luckily.
and
Yeah.
one went and laid down immediately, whimpering.
Yeah. Mm.
And I went over to the other one. I said, it's time to go to sleep. Let's lay down and go to sleep. And she looked at me. I picked her up, turned her down, and put her down on her back. And I said, now
Mm-hmm.
it's time to go to sleep. I said, it's okay for you to be upset, but you're going to sleep. It's time to sleep now.
Mm.
And I walked out and closed the door. They started crying again. I waited, and dad was like, but they, after 2 minutes, I heard, and I said, okay. I said, now get the monitor and look and see what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't even let them have the monitor because I know it was going to stress them out watching their girl sit there going like this, crying. Because I
Mm.
knew. I said, now you can have the monitor. And they looked, both of them laying down, one of them playing with their feet. The other one was still, I said, now.
Papa.
And she said, but I need to rub. Nope. They are calming down. They are
Mm-hmm.
self-soothing. Leave them alone.
Soothing.
The next night,
Mm.
I came over. It's bedtime. They did their routine. They put them down. They screamed. After 5 minutes, they stopped completely and went on to sleep. By
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday, they put them down, gave them a kiss, and said night night. And the girl said night night. They laid down on their own. They closed the door, and I said, and then I heard a ah, and that was it. They went to sleep. Thursday
Mm-hmm.
night came over. They went down. Nothing. They
Mm.
didn't go to sleep immediately. They laid down, played with their little
And they were
toes.
quiet.
They
Yeah.
were
Yeah.
quiet. By Friday, they were done.
Mm.
It was like, how did you do that? I said, you
Mm.
have to show your children that you are in control, that you mean business, that you are the one that's training them, and they are not training you. That's what the deal is because
Mm.
you have made created a pattern for them. I'm not coming
Mm.
back. You were used to going back and then going back in the middle of the night and then it's because they have trained you. If I cry long enough and loud enough, you're gonna come
Mm.
get me.
Yeah.
No,
100%.
we are not
100%.
coming back. I don't care how loud you cry. That's why you got the monitor. There's nothing wrong with them. They're not
Mm-hmm.
teething. They're not
Mm.
hungry. They may be wet, but they probably not that wet. That's why you got the nighttime
Uh,
pamper on
they're
to
all
last till
fed.
tomorrow.
They're well fed. Yeah,
Yes.
so it's funny
So
because
it's
there's different types of sleep training, and when
yes.
it comes to twins, so for me, I know some people are, but I'm not a fan of crying out. Like I'm just not. Like even you talk, I'm like I get quite I don't think it's good to leave children to cry for long periods of time. A long period is like 45 minutes, 1 hour.
Oh no no no
No,
no no
yeah,
no.
but five
5
minutes, ten
minutes.
minutes,
Yes, that's
like
5 minutes. Is
we
I
can
go back
work.
in.
Yeah. And you just, what you do, what I say to the parents is, because they're like, they're crying, and I'm like, calm down. They're not upset. They're not distressed. They're self soothing. And also, you need to understand you're breaking a habit. So, in order to break a habit, you need to take a while. It's not going to happen overnight.
That's
So,
right.
I always like to go with the comfort. So, your children, you can go in there and comfort them in terms of, lie them back down, give them back if they have a lovey or if they have a something that like some children have a dummy. You guys call it a passy, right?
Yeah, we call it
Yeah,
pacifier.
right.
Yeah, I
So
call it
remember,
dummy.
some have a dummy, some have a passy, some have a lovey, like a muslin, or some have like a teddy or whatever. Then you give them back that, and you leave the room. And I would say to the parents, when you go in there, be in there between 10 and 30 seconds max. The longer you're in there, the worse it is. You're gonna make it worse. So
Yes.
you're literally going in there, you're lying your child back down. If you want to kiss them on the head or you want to stroke them, you can do that. But put them back down, give them back what they need, and leave. Get out. Yeah. And
Depending
and
on
what
the
I find a lot of
child.
parents, yeah, the child will get back up. You keep doing it until they get
Mhm.
it. Because what happens is sometimes you might have to go in there 100 times. I've never had to, but if it means I have to go in there 100 times and soothe you, what you want the children to know, what you're teaching the twins or the children in general, is that they can do this by themselves. They don't need you to do this. They can
Right.
self-soothe by themselves. They can fall asleep by themselves. And with children, what you need to understand is a lot of it with children is if they don't know they can do it, they won't do it. You as the adult, it's your job to teach them that they can do it on
Right.
their own and they don't need you to do that. And I have a big pet peeve of parents or carers doing things for children that children can do themselves. It really bugs me. I don't know why, but it does. Because maybe because I know it's stunting their growth and their development. So I'm just
Right.
like, can you not do that? Can we just allow them to do this on their own because they're capable of doing it? But do you get a lot of parents that say they can't do it, and you're thinking, have you ever tried? Have you ever
The,
tried?
they
You know they're
they don't
capable.
think they can because
Yeah,
they have mom and dad have done it for so
for
long
their
that
long. Yeah,
the child depends
how
upon mom and
is
dad to do it. But we come along and we're like, okay, I need you to put your shoes on, but I can't. Have you tried? And then I'll say, okay, take this hand, even if it's hand over hand, and teach them how to pull the sock on or put the shoe on. Let's take this part and pull it up and make sure you can stick your foot in. Yes,
mm-hmm,
you did it, and make a big deal
mm-hmm.
about it and tell them, and go crazy over it. And then you're like,
Hi,
okay,
Miss Morgan.
yes. Um, Hi, Miss Morgan. Hello to everyone that just came in. Um,
Mm,
but the one thing that I say to some parents is when you go in to put your child back down, don't make eye contact. Cause
contact.
sometimes,
Oh,
woo, cause those puppy
oh,
dog
child.
eyes, like mama, how could you leave me like this? How you
Yeah,
know I want you? I know you want me. And they're looking at and you looking at them like, I can't, but my baby, it's no.
yeah. It's hard
Do not make
because
eye contact because they will get
no,
you every
no.
time.
And it's hard because I know a lot of parents have that emotional thing, the emotional attachment bond with their child. And I know
Yes.
I get a lot like you're not a mom or you don't understand because and trust me, I'm a big softie when it comes to kids. Like you think when I hear them cry that makes me happy? No, I feel it too. Probably not the way that a
Yes.
mom does, but I feel it. I feel inside. I'm like, oh, mama. But because I know I got the knowledge and the experience that backs up that's what comes in. My logical brain comes forward, not my emotional brain. So my emotional brain goes to the back, and my logical brain comes to the front. And because I know why I'm doing what I'm doing, I don't get emotional. That's why a lot of parents get emotional because one, it's their child, it's their baby, it's their bond.
Yes.
I totally get it. But also, you don't know why we're doing what we're doing, and that's why we're there to teach you. We're there to support you. We're there to encourage you and guide you through it. And it's just I think when you have someone like us, like a childcare professional, that's also passionate about what we do as well, I think
Hmm.
it's just a win-win situation.
Yes.
A win-win situation. I wanted to touch on something quickly, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
I wanted to talk on traveling with twins because
Ooh,
that one there is.
that is a totally different ball game.
I think we should definitely talk about that maybe next week.
Okay.
But it's definitely something because
Because
that
we
one I
don't
want to
have
go
time.
into
We don't
full
have
deep.
time to
We
delve
ain't
into
got
all
all
of that.
day. We got it.
But
Hey, Lisi. Hey, Sib. Cherry
but
B. She's up
but
in the building.
hello, Cherry B.
Hey,
But
come out touch. That's
come,
my bro. Hi.
hi, hey, brothers and sisters. How y'all doing? But what I want to say, one thing that you mentioned about the parents. I I don't want parents to think that we don't have any feelings. We're not just there to do a job. Yes, our job is to sleep train your child, and because we don't get all ooey gooey and emotional about it, does not mean that we don't have feelings, and does not mean that we don't care about your child. We're just there. You just here to do a job. You don't care about my baby. Yes, we do. We wouldn't be there if we
Mm,
did. If we
mm,
didn't, we wouldn't be sitting
mm,
here trying to tell you and teach you how the some techniques of releasing yourself from your child. And when I say releasing yourself, that child can do so many things on their own. They are so smart, but you don't give them credit enough credit for
mm,
their knowledge. You think, oh, he's just
mm,
so tiny and so little, he can't do it. Oh, but trust to me, your baby makes certain cries. And you can tell, if you listen hard enough, you can tell which cry it is.
Cry
Now,
is what? Yeah.
what makes you think that if you can tell what cry it is, that baby is not intentionally crying that way to let you
Great.
know and
To
communicate
communicate to
with
you.
you? This is what's wrong
Listen.
with me.
Drop the gems,
So
yo.
that's what I'm saying. If you think that baby is too small and does not know, he's got several different cries, and you know those cries because you have responded accordingly to those cries. Now there may be some that you're like, okay, now is this a poop diaper? Is this you need to eat? Is this what is this? They may do two or three at the same time. It may sound totally different.
Mhm.
But your child is
Mhm.
communicating with you. And if your child can
Yeah.
give you all the different cries to communicate with you, brain is working on
Mm.
point.
Yes.
I'm
And
just
one
trying to
tip
say,
that I'm going to give you. Listen, the most biggest tip I can give someone that's looking after twins, working with twins, about to have twins, teach them baby sign language from birth. As soon as those
yes,
twins come out, eat,
yes,
drink, milk, drink. What's all the others that I read?
please,
Please,
and
thank
thank
you.
you.
Like, go
Water.
in with it.
I go
Water,
in hard.
water. Like,
I'm a
you're gonna have
baby
to go
instructor.
in.
Yes.
Listen, go in with the baby sign language. When it's with twins, I am like it's compulsory for me to know baby sign language to teach
And that's
them
why I'm
because
talking with
that
our
helps
hands.
immensely all the time. Angela, we had a
Yes.
dilemma. Can we quickly touch upon that?
Yes. There was someone who wrote in that said the 2-year old is biting, and it's not in a controlling manner. They're just biting. They bite when they're happy, they bite when they're sad. They're just biting, and they're trying to deter them from biting all the time. And the child started hitting, and it was a playful hit, but because mom and dad let it go on, now it's becoming, a hitting problem and a biting problem, but it's not a malicious thing that the child is doing. And I'll let you say what you got to say first, and then I will follow up.
Yeah. Okay. So if you have a biter, the best thing to do is all. A lot of people say ignore it. I don't agree with that. Acknowledge every single bite. Yeah, acknowledge it, and you and the parents are going to have to come to some form of agreement on how to best manage it in terms of language. What is the language that you're going to use? Um, Bibi was a biter for a bit. At the moment, he's a bit of a whacker. He keeps like whacking, but it's just a phase, first of all. And
Mm-hmm.
how I manage that is I let him know how his actions make the other person feel. So if he bites and it hurts, hurt, that means like I use baby sign language, hurt, that hurts, or it makes the person sad. Um, and I talk about how it makes the other person feel. So in terms of emotion. And I say we don't like making people feel sad, or we don't like upsetting people. And and I show them gentle hands, or I show them if I say be gentle, I show them example of what be gentle means. So I'm showing them
Yes.
expectation of the behavior that I want them to display. So that's how I kind of maneuver with biting. Also with biting, check if it's a medical issue. You always rule that out. Check if the child is teething. I don't know, they might have a teeth coming through. Um, Try and note down if you can when they bite, what their mood is when they bite, and around the times that they bite. And I say that like write a
Okay.
log when it
Hold on.
happens.
Hold
Sorry.
on just a second. Hold on, because I just found the actual words. I was paraphrasing.
Okay.
Let me read the actual words that she said. She says, "Hello, I
Okay.
have another question for your live, if possible. B2 hits and is now starting to bite occasionally. He never breaks skin, and he the hits don't hurt. He at first just did it to his parents, then me, and now he's starting to hit his siblings. Parents have always ignored the hitting, but are now concerned that he's biting. He always hits and even bites when he's happy. He doesn't do it when he's in trouble or mad. I know it's a bad habit, so how do you break it? We talked and showed what gentle means by kisses, hugging, high fives, and fist bumps. I do get him in trouble when he hits his siblings, but it's hard because he never does it in anger. Parents don't mind hitting, but are not okay with the biting. It's very confusing for him now to just get in trouble for one and not the other. At this point, I just tell him we don't hit or bite. Show him how to be gentle and try to show how that makes me sad when he does that, but he doesn't seem to get it.
Keep being consistent with what you're doing, because that sounds like she's addressed it. You need to sit down and talk to the parents and make sure you're all on the same wavelength in how you're going to deal with this.
Yes,
Because if you're putting things in place when you're there, when you leave, if they're not continuing
right.
your work, it's confusing him. So he's going to continue to bite because he's thinking,
Yes,
oh well, whatever the nanny's name is isn't here, so I can do this. So
exactly.
before I finish, make sure you, I don't know if she's watching this, but if you are, listen to what I said before. But I think then the fact that she'd mentioned how she's coping with it, I think she's on the right path. She just needs to remain consistent with it.
Yes,
And eventually it will flow over. But you just need to make sure you, the mum and the dad, are all on the same path in terms of the
exactly.
discipline. Because that's where it's
Yes,
confusing him. Because if they don't acknowledge, so by ignoring it, that's what caused the issue. But if they don't acknowledge the hitting and the biting both as two things that shouldn't be happening, then it's
right.
confusing him, you know? So
Because the
yeah,
nanny
that
is
would be
getting
my
on to him,
advice.
and the nanny's getting on to him, but the parents are not getting on to him. The parents are getting on to him about one thing, but not the other. The nanny is getting
But it's
on
the
to
same
him
thing,
about
technically.
both of them, but they're both wrong. And if it's wrong, you need to teach the child right from wrong. So if it's wrong, it's
Hmm.
wrong, and the parents need to tell him it's wrong because he gonna hit somebody one day, and they gonna haul off and smack him, and then it's gonna really be like,
Knock him upside the head. And then they're going to be
yes.
like, oh, well, you should have taught your child
Hmm.
from, this is what I always say,
Or
don't wait for the school to teach your children things they should know at home.
right. And if he bites somebody and another child turns around, grabs his arm, and bites him back, I'm just saying. So you don't
Yeah,
want
that's
him,
when they're going to be
and,
like, oh, we
and
need to address it.
even if he doesn't break the skin, if he bites another child and they get mad, every child does not have that happy-go-lucky temperament and doesn't, bite when they're mad or
Basically, right?
whatever. He's 2 years old. He could be cutting his molars and he needs something to bite on. Give him a chew toy. They have the silicone chew toys that you can buy
Mm.
on Amazon. They have
Sophie
them.
the giraffe. Hi. Sorry. Sophie the giraffe is the one that everyone gets to know.
Hi, silly nanny. Let's see. We haven't even gone over the
Was it
comments.
Sophia?
Yes, no, your differences in their
When are we
class.
gonna get locked off on Instagram? They just dash you out. They don't even give
Yes,
you a warning.
yeah, I'm
Last
looking.
week they dashed us out. It was like, yeah,
Yes, that's exactly
it
where we were. But I
was
don't
it.
see I don't see any times going down. I don't see a countdown going down yet. But I know we have been on Facebook Live for almost an hour. So I know we went on about 5 minutes before we went on Instagram. So I think we have about 5 minutes left on Instagram.
But normally Instagram gives you a timer, but last week they just dashed us out, boy. No manners. No manners.
Just, just,
Hey.
just, just threw us to the wind. Yes, you were
Yeah, Jesse
missing
saying
to
I was
me
missing. I was like,
last week. Yeah.
I was like, should we go back on live or should we not? Like, no, it's just an hour. We're only here for an hour, baby girl.
Oh, so we apologize for
Mannequin
last
challenge,
week.
yeah. Lisa said mannequin challenge. That's what it was like. Do you remember that challenge that used to go around? Everyone was like,
Freeze.
literally.
Oh,
And I
yes.
that's like that meme. And I literally. That's what it was like. That was what it was like.
Your mouth. The end
It was
results were
like,
funny. I'm sure they
listen,
are.
now you're not gonna make me want to watch it back now. I'm gonna be busted up. Listen, Angela, let us know when the timer comes up, please, because I'm not
I'm
getting dash
looking.
out like that.
I'm looking. I'm looking. I don't see a timer just yet. That's like
Instagram
I
needs a
said.
timer. Like,
We need
it's rude.
give me a 5 minute countdown. Give me a 5 minute, not a 1 minute countdown. So, but yeah.
No,
Um,
guys, who was mid sentence? Was it me? Oh, now I'm gonna go back and watch it. Now I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna go back and
I
watch it,
don't
and I'm
know
gonna be
which
like,
one of us
oh,
was
shame.
talking. I don't know if it
Probably was
was
me,
you or
cause
me.
chatty patty. It probably was me, cause once I start talking, I go off, mouth diarrhea, can't shut up. I'm just like, okay, shut up, chill down, calm down. Like, yeah. But let's just say so. In terms of the dilemma, you're doing the right thing.
Yes.
Lisi, go on our page, the Nanny Hookup, and you can see all the previous episodes on our feed.
Okay. We
But
have
yeah,
a 2 minutes. I got a countdown.
right,
We have two
right. Let's
minutes
make it
left.
quick. Right,
Okay.
right,
So
right. Hold
I
on, let's go.
I have
Right,
one announcement.
announcements.
Announcement. If you need announcements, go to Nanny Announcements.
Nanny announcements. Yes,
Ashley, raise
on
your hand
Instagram.
on Instagram and on Facebook. And she has a web page now. She was on Ask the Nanny yesterday on Facebook
Yeah, I need to
Live,
watch it. Miss
and we were
it.
on Instagram. We were on. We had it
I'm so
going
proud of
on.
her. So
Yes,
ANC
the
Nanny
A
is
Nanny
runs
announcements.
the Nanny announcements. Yeah.
And you can go on nannyannouncements.com and see her packages. So she posts your announcements on Instagram and on Facebook, and everybody gets to see it. Basically, she's helping you to build your business. That's free advertisement.
Mm. And it's one place you go to
No,
find out what's
I
going
take
on
that back.
in
I
the
take
nanny
that back.
industry.
Hold on. That's
What?
not free advertisement.
No.
No.
Pay her.
Yeah,
Pay her. We support.
it's
Yeah.
not free advertising. Let me take that back. Scratch that from the record.
Mm-hmm.
Back it up.
Yeah.
Okay, now
Yeah.
let's take another
Latoya, tell
road.
her about the meetup. Also, you need to make sure that when you tell Nanny and that look there, she put it. I just want to say put it in the comments and she's done it. I wanted to do an announcement. So I've got a podcast feature that I was on called Working for the Rich and Famous. It's on Spotify. Please make sure that you go and listen or watch it on YouTube. I also have my nanny mentoring and coaching, which is live. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. So guys, go on my Instagram and sign up. In the link is in the bio. Are we done?
Bye,
We're
y'all.
good. I'm not talking. See you later.
Okay, Facebook and
Right.
YouTube.
What's the
I
light
hope
down
you
here?
all
So
had a wonderful time today listening to us and the comments. Um, we are going to come back next week and finish talking about twins because twins are just a wonderful topic to talk about. And there's so much to cover. But if you have a dilemma, you can contact us, send us a message on the Nanny Hookup. You can send us a PM on our either PM Nanny Sharz or PM me, Ask the Nanny, or Angela Johnson, whichever one you want to do. But if you have a dilemma, just like this young lady did, please send it to us and we'll discuss it online, get your opinion, get everybody else's opinion, and sorry, um, we will talk about it and uh, get you an answer. So,
Mm,
Miss Shada,
yeah.
Miss
So
Shada.
yeah, the same. Like I've already said my announcement. You guys have heard. What else is going on? On Wednesdays, Nanny Chella and the Nanny Broker have a live called, well, they say the Nanny Cookout. Make sure
The
you
nanny
guys check that
cookout.
out. That's at 6 p.m. Atlanta time. I think for the UK nannies, it's 11 p.m. our time. Um, who else is doing stuff? If you guys need any books about race, diversity, Nanny Miss Monique, um,
Yes.
Nanny M London, I want to give her a shout out. If you, she's a voter nanny in the UK, and she's also a mother of two. She's amazing, such a lovely soul. Go check her out on Nanny M London on on Instagram, and she does a lot about like maternity and babies. Um, who else can we shout out? Let's play a
Me,
learn, Jess. Yep. Angela Ox, the nanny. Everyone
Ask
knows
the
you.
Nanny
You're
on
like a
Monday
celebrity in
nights
the nanny world.
and U.S. Nanny
Who?
Association on Tuesday nights, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Ask the Nanny on the Ask the Nanny Facebook Live. I'm going live on Facebook, on YouTube, on Monday nights. On Tuesday nights, U.S. Nanny Association. Go to their page, and we always have an informative webinar. Also, thank you everyone for the birthday wishes. I cannot say enough about you all. I had a awesome day yesterday, and instead of cake, I made my favorite. I had a dump method. It's called a dump peach cobbler. It was so good, and I put
I
some
can
ice cream
imagine.
on top, vanilla bean ice cream. Ooh, ooh, I was cake didn't do it. Would not have done yesterday justice. I was craving a peach cobbler, and I made me one last night because COVID. But it was so good. It was so good. And um, next Saturday I'm doing part two of Reinvent Yourself. I had some young ladies in wasn't this past weekend, last weekend, and man, they are on fire and they are doing some things. I
The
see
feedback was
them coming
amazing.
out of their shells already.
Mm,
If you are holding on to something, you have been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting to do something, and you are holding on to that dream, now is the time to do it. It's not, don't
mm-hmm,
wait until, well, it's going to be better. You will never start. Now is the time to do it, and you can do it
mm-hmm. Feel the
on,
fear, do it
on
anyway.
a shoestring budget. There are things that you can start doing now until you get to whatever paycheck you want to get to. There are things that you can start doing now, moving yourself forward towards your goal of that, whatever it is that has been in your head, that dream job or that dream plan. Trust me, if you are sitting on top of it and you are letting fear hold you back, it's time to feel the fear and do it anyway.
Anyway.
Join
Mm-hmm.
me on August the 8th from 10 to 12:30 and in the Reinvent Yourself Part 2 workshop. You can go on Ask the Nanny on Facebook in the events page and you can sign up for the workshop. Bring your pencil and your pen because it is an interactive workshop. It's not just to sit there and you take notes. No, we interact and we have activities that we do in this workshop so that when you leave this workshop, you will be ready and equipped to do something.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you miss part one, you can still go on the events page, go to the Reinvent Yourself events, and you can buy the video to part one and then join us with part two. You'll be all caught up and you come to part two. We are going to do a brief recap on during the part two class, but buy the Re, buy Reinvent Yourself with part one and join us for the class on part two. We're going to do this. Y'all
Mm-hmm.
got more in you than you think you do. And you're sitting on dreams. And I would hate for somebody to come along with the same dream that you have and they
Snatch it up.
put it out there, snatch up your name, snatch up your whatever it was that you thought you were going to do, and then they make $1,000,000. Then what you going to look like?
Mm-hmm.
I should have done this. I should
Let's
have
do
done this.
Angela's
I should
saying.
have done this.
Just saying. Just saying.
Mm-hmm. IJS. That's what
Just
y'all put on that
saying.
little
Just saying.
IJS. I'm like, for the longest time, I was like, what the heck is IJS? Am I that father? I had no clue. I was like, I
Just
know
saying.
I'm old.
I'm just saying.
I'm just
That is
saying.
your trademark. I'm just
I'm
saying.
just saying.
You have
That's
to be
me.
head to.
I'm just saying. So get on it. Get on it now. I promise you, you will not regret it. Okay?
Yeah.
Um,
100%.
I think that's all I have. You got anything
Next
else?
week we'll talk about traveling with twins and some of the
Yes.
difficulties that we face working with twins
Woo.
that we've overcome that can help you guys.
Yes. Traveling with twins is a whole lot different than traveling with siblings. It's similar, but different.
But different.
But different. I promise you, but different.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you all for joining us. And you all have a wonderful, 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 wonderful day and the rest of
Evening
the week.
over here.
Oh, it's yeah, evening. It's
Yeah,
Thursday.
it's
It's
10
almost
past
the
10 in the night
weekend.
here.
Tomorrow starts the weekend, baby,
Oh, my weekend
baby.
starts now.
Hey, that's even better. Hello. So, but yeah,
We'll see you next week.
I'll see you next week. We will see you next week.
Bye
You all
bye.
have a great one. Bye bye.